Hi, and welcome to episode 1 of Look at the Labels with me, Jennifer Walderdorf. I'll be interviewing Yvonne Georgi, who is the founder of eco-conscious brand Tomorrow in a Year. So sit back and enjoy. So much, Yvonne, for being the first guest on my channel. I'm so happy that you're here. And so, for everyone watching, please introduce yourself.
Hi, well, Jennifer, thank you for having me as your first guest. I'm really honored. So, this is really cool. And yeah, my name is Yvonne Georgi. I am originally from Germany, and I'm launching a clothing line called Tomorrow in a Year, and I'm launching it in the US. And yeah, what we are doing is that we are creating a line based on knitwear, baseball tees. They're what I'm wearing right now, two-tone raglan sleeve tees. And what we want to do is we want to imbue value back into the clothes that we wear every day and honor the stories that fill our closets versus buying more stuff, basically.
Stuff. I do love how sometimes we use the term clothing, fashion,
Yes.
but at a certain point it turns into stuff. So thank
Yeah,
you for letting
exactly.
me.
Stuff, of course, we all have a lot of things, but I think what was important for me was to kind of turn the focus back onto the things we wear every day and that we love and that we own and kind of the stories we create in those than just focusing on keeping buying more things. I think that was more what was important for me. And that was kind of what motivated me in creating Tomorrow in a Year.
That's nice. So tell me a bit more, like where did the idea start for Tomorrow in a Year?
Yes. So yeah, so I'm basically have been working in fashion all my life, and I've worked at a lot of great brands, and was mostly focused on corporate communications and marketing, and got to kind of see the ins and outs of a lot of the challenges. Also, got a lot of media requests about sustainability, and also was involved in the storytelling and kind of creating a lot of the brand stories, and that I always enjoyed a lot. And I just got to a point where I kind of wanted to experience that myself and get a better understanding of what the real challenges are in creating a product, telling a story, and kind of, yeah, also learning and understanding how can you be more mindful about creating products. Because I saw a lot of the challenges, but of course I couldn't ever go deep enough to find solutions. But what I saw is that it's incredibly complex, and that's why I wanted to get a better understanding of it myself. And that's also why I was motivated to launch more in here.
And that's amazing. And that's one of the reasons why I love your brand. And so that's really what brought you into this space of wanting to do it and see how, I guess you've seen how hard it is. And how far do
Yes.
you think it can go? Like, how sustainable can you make your brand?
Yeah, man, I'm really humbled at this point, I have to say, and that's definitely one of the first learnings. It's not easy. What my approach was, my initial approach was that I wanted to be in one market and buy or of build a supply chain that's based in one country. And for me, that was the no-brainer was doing it in the US because you can really cover the whole supply chain in one entire market and country. And especially in the US, knitwear is something that's an expertise. So what we did, or what I did, is that we built a supply chain entirely in the US, so that we can kind of I think transparent is a hard word because I think also if you're not constantly there and doing everything yourself, it's never fully transparent no matter what you do. But it's as we can be as closely connected to it as possible. We're in touch with all the suppliers, and the it starts basically with organic cotton or organic cotton fiber that we can trace back or that can be traced back to the farm, and then it
Yeah.
kind of goes through every step in the US. And you can see a supply chain map on our website, tomorrowinayear.com, that kind of maps out where every part of the supply chain is based. And then it kind of ends with recycled packaging, also from a supplier in the US. So that was
Awesome.
important for us. And that was for me was what can we do, or how can we build a good basis, and that approach is to do it all in one country and not import from faraway places and start with a complexity where you cannot really be involved in everything. And this way we were involved in everything. We built every step ourselves and kind of got to select every supplier ourselves. And and that's how we built our supply chain. That took really long. It actually ended up taking 3.5 years, which is also why I said I'm humbled at this point. It wasn't easy. It was a challenge, but it was also a really interesting challenge that, looking back, was enjoyable because I got to learn a lot. And that was what I wanted, right? I wanted to understand it better and get a better understanding. I'm just getting started, but it was challenging and it was a good challenge. And this way I got to learn all these things and got to get a much better understanding about why is it challenging, what's so hard. And not every step already exists, and oftentimes you have to just find solutions, and you have to find solutions with others. And why we, or I consider ourselves really lucky, and myself really lucky on this journey, is that we found amazing suppliers and partners that helped us, sometimes helped us build something or create a solution that maybe didn't exist. And it's not just because, I mean, obviously the US is a huge market and has everything and you can find every solution. But what we can't forget is that we are starting from a very small base. We're a small company, which is starting. So we are working with very small minimums, and a lot of these factories, partners, suppliers, like fabric suppliers, they're all set up for large minimums. And of course, when you're just starting, you can't necessarily provide that because you might not have the finances right away and you're still building. So that's an added challenge that you have. And that's why it sometimes gets harder to find exactly what you're looking for and make it fit for what you need. So that's why it took a long time, and why we had to kind of, had some dips and then rebuild and keep finding new solutions or better solutions or the right solutions for us. And that's what we ended up doing, and feel pretty good that we actually managed to set it up, and super thankful to our suppliers that helped us. Because that's what it's about. It's about building connections, and that's what makes me feel really good at the end.
Agreed. You mentioned a lot of positives about doing the process in the US. Are there any other tidbits of information you want to give, which was helpful to the business or helpful to you in your life?
Yes. I mean, for me, of kind of being able to tap into networks, like we're a member of the Textile Exchange Network, which is amazing and has all kind of leading brands in one network, and sharing information about fabrics and textiles and how to be more mindful or more eco-conscious or find better solutions, more sustainable solutions in textiles, or networks like Female Founder Collective that we're also a member of. That's an amazing network for female founders and like a great support network. So these things really help. And I just also had a feeling that, the suppliers we found and we could find were very helpful and supportive, and learning from their expertise. That was a huge advantage. And I just really enjoyed that, and still am enjoying that, of course. And that's what makes it worthwhile for me as well, to really get more of an understanding and learn more. And like I said, we're just starting, or I'm just starting. And there's so much to learn and improve and build, but now we have kind of a base and we can take it from there. And I think that's also important to understand, is that, sustainability, and I know I might already jump into the next question here, but sustainability is such a huge and complex word, and it's not easily defined or easily solved, and it means so many things to all kinds of different perspectives. Rightfully so. And I can't even say that we are sustainable if we're sustainable. I think we have a base and we have an aim to be more mindful about what we do. But building anything, a product, is probably never fully sustainable. Also building a business, you always have to kind of make it work to be as good as you can be, but then also you have to sell something, right? So you have to kind of find a good medium ground. So starting this journey has been great, and how it will take us forward, I'll have to see. It's kind of always solving challenges as they come, and I just hope we can do the best we can there. But with the partners we have right now, I'm amazing, like immensely grateful, and I'm pretty positive that we have a good setup and that we can get better and do better and just keep improving with their help.
Exactly. Gotta
Yeah,
keep gotta keep
exactly.
moving
Just
on.
gotta keep plowing through, yeah, and crawling. I read something today, actually, I think somewhere on LinkedIn, that
Mhm.
building anything, it's not about falling and getting to the goal and like making a lot of money soon, but it's just like keep building, and just all those steps that you have to kind of make to get to a better place. And that's, I think, also what we're trying to do.
Yeah, I think that will have nicer people in positions of power too if they had
Yeah.
that
Yes.
philosophy. Less
Yes.
bawling,
Yeah, exactly. Less
more
bowling, more
openness.
crawling. I like that kind of analogy because it's, yeah, we're so focused on kind of, I don't know, representing, or that's probably, we've all been maybe conditioned to be successful and, all those things. But I think it's like you build it step by step, and that's what's so important. And that's kind of also what we, yeah, what it's about for us, or for me, with this brand and Tomorrow in a Year. And it's those step by step experiences and making them in the baseball team. So, you can connect.
Well, speaking of fashion in general, so like me and fashion have been like siblings my whole life. So
Yeah,
I've been collecting,
same.
if you call it, clothes in every job that I've been in, and there's been in fashion retail companies. So would you say, with a similar background, you have a lot of clothes?
Yes, I think I do. And I think I did even more so when I was still actively also working for brands, or I started as an editor, for example. And you do end up getting a lot of things. And definitely I also had my phase where I was consuming a lot of clothes. And that's, I mean, so I'm as guilty as anyone, right? We all went through that phase, and some of us may still be in it. And I enjoyed it back then as well. But I got to a point where, of course, I noticed, my closet is full. I don't need all these things. Um, I have everything.
Hmm.
And I keep wearing, of course, the same things over and over again. And
Yep.
I'm attached to some of them because of the way they make me feel, much more so. And of course, also they feel comfortable, they look good, I mean, everything. But I connect experiences to them,
Yeah.
and that's what ultimately makes me feel really good. It's not just the item itself, it's also kind
Hmm.
of what I experienced in it. And that's kind of a magic in itself, in fashion and about fashion, that I think we can all explore more, or that we maybe forget about sometimes. And
Hmm.
yeah, that's also why we're starting with baseball tees, because I used to wear them when I was in my kind of early to mid 20s,
Hmm.
living in New York, just graduated college, first job. That's a phase that probably everyone enjoys, because you're
Hmm.
starting to make your own money, and you're going out, you're experiencing life, you're having a good time.
Yeah.
And that's something I connect with this. And I still remember how I felt, and how I felt good. I was kind of carefree, and that's just a nice feeling. And yeah, I like that idea. I like that idea, and that's also why Tomorrow in a Year is kind of built the way it is. And maybe I should also explain the name. I don't know.
While you're there, please
Yeah,
do, because it's
yeah.
not an average
Okay.
sentence you come by.
Yes. Yeah. So Tomorrow in a Year is kind of has two meanings. One is that it's about the item of clothing. So wear it for longer than just a season, and hopefully you'll be wearing this tomorrow in a year as well, and wear it as long as you can, as it lasts, until it falls apart, ideally. And then the second part, because that's also something that I experienced, is that I focus a lot on working in my life, and I enjoy it. I love my job. I love the industry I'm in. I loved all the jobs I had. But I just also, I woke up one day and noticed, okay, it's not just about work. It's about living, and life is about experiences and moments. And often we let it pass us by, and we don't really notice the magic of those moments. So that's why it's like, tomorrow in a year, you can't really just say that tomorrow is right now. Like, you have to live now, and that's, yeah, what we like to say, tomorrow is today. And it's all in those small moments and small experiences that make it really great, and the connections we make with
Well,
our
how
families, our
beautiful.
friends.
It's
Yeah,
definitely not put into an AI generator, is it?
no, it's not. It's
Give me a
yeah,
brand.
it comes from that comes from the heart.
So I like how you said, in general, clothes you can wear them until they fall to pieces. But there are some
Yes.
things that you can do, as I also do try to preach, to make clothes last as long as possible or to keep them looking new. So can you give us like three of your top tips, maybe?
To make clothes to keep clothes like in good shape
Looking
and okay, yeah, of course.
exactly as you said
Yeah.
it.
So for me, it's yeah, treating them well, of course. Not I mean, making sure that yeah, that I just keep them tidy and like treat them well. I store them properly. I don't just throw them in the corner. Things like that, like no brainer things like that. What I've recently, or yeah, a couple of or for a couple of years now, I've been trying to do is more consciously kind of see, do I have to wash it after every time I wear it? Or can I wait like until the next round, like for knitwear, like t-shirts, right? I used to wear them probably after every wear, but I don't do that anymore. I try to kind of wear them longer now, maybe wash after every second wear, and see if I can do that. Just be more conscious of that. And otherwise, not drying, just laying them flat to dry, things like that. I think are also helpful. And washing at low temperature, not hot or anything like that, unless it's absolutely necessary. But mostly it's not. So yeah, that's what I try to do.
Great. Like, because of the child, me and the dryer have become fast friends. And I can see every time I'm forced, time is against me, and I use it, I'm like, ugh. But sometimes you're paying for convenience, and sometimes you're paying to decrease the lifespan of your
Yes,
clothing. So there's always a
yeah.
trade-off.
Of course, there always is, and I think that's fine. I also don't think like putting pressure on ourselves doesn't help us either. I mean,
Yeah.
should we? It's you have to enjoy it and it has to fit into your life, and no one's perfect. And I think
Hmm.
trying to be more perfect and putting more pressure on yourself because of that is not going to help us either. So I think like just kind of doing it the best way you can is already enough because you're already thinking about it. And I'm not perfect either. I'm far from it. You know,
One
uh,
step at a time in
exactly.
general.
And I think, yeah,
Right?
and I think that's important too. Exactly. It's step by step. And it's doing the best you can. And that's what's most important. The fact that you've been thinking about it and not applying more pressure on yourself and everyone else. I don't think that ever helps, or on ourselves and everyone. Yeah.
So, in that vein, I'm so happy you were able to give so much information about your brand. So, is there anything else that you would like to tell the viewers watching this?
Yeah, I think if every one of us kind of thought about what our favorite clothes in our closets are and all the stories that we've created in them, I think that would make like a really good story. And I think kind of, yeah, approaching it from that angle might be really interesting. That's something that
Nice,
I think we can think about.
nice. There's the scene in Frozen 2 where they say water has a memory, and
Oh,
they,
yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm losing all the audience now, but I do think clothing is a very similar thing. The places you've been to, the
Yes.
situations you were in, if they could, so magically in an animation show you all these beautiful memories and stories, then
Yes.
yeah, re-wearing is caring, and it's also,
Yeah.
helping slow
Yeah.
fashion down.
Yeah, I think it is. And it's just kind of remembering, I mean, it was made by a person and it's an art form, it's a craft. I don't know. I mean, yeah, well, I don't know if art form is correct, but it's a craft in a way. It's and it takes time, and there's so much expertise that goes into this, and that's what's really cool about it. And it's always going to be analog in some way. I think. Um, and there's that expertise is important, and
Mhm.
there's generational expertise in everything that kind of goes into our clothes. I mean, I can speak for tomorrow because I obviously know now who we work with, but just kind of, yeah, getting to learn these about these things and kind of seeing the expertise that goes into everything and how complex. it is to create one product. And you would
Yeah.
think this is just a t-shirt,
Yeah.
but it's not just a t-shirt. It's taken us 3.5 years to do it, and we've definitely crawled in some instances, and crawled somewhere and then kind of got stuck, so turned back around and came back around and said, we're still here. And yeah, there's a lot that goes into all of these things, and we surround ourselves with, and I think that's actually amazing. And
It
yeah,
is.
kind
It
of
is
become aware
really
of it
amazing.
again. Yeah.
So you've mentioned your website. What other ways can customers get in contact with the brand or see where you're at, all your handles, etc.? Please let them know.
Yes. Yeah, so you can, of course, visit us on our website, tomorrowinayear.com. You can find some more information on our brand there, about us, our story, how we make our products. And there's a blog part that you can read with some stories and kind of more about life's moments and why they matter. And then you can follow us on Instagram at tomorrowinayear_clothing. And you'll also kind of see a lot of our stories and, of course, our products and all the things we kind of experience, and we'll be doing more, and we'll become more active as we launch very soon. And we want to definitely tell more and more stories as we go along and as we grow.
Well,
And of
thank
course,
you.
also, hopefully, you'll be able to find us in some other places, or actually, you will be able to find us in some
Mhm.
other places very soon. But it's too early to speak about it right now. But I will be, or we will be able to speak about it very soon. So stay tuned, because that'll be really cool as well. And we're already like super happy about the things that are coming our way.
That would
Quite
be
excited.
amazing. Really,
Yes.
really. I'm wishing the best for you because honestly, I do so much adore this brand, as you know.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That's really cool.
So thank you once again. This is the end of our interview, and take care of yourself, and bye to everyone.
Thank you very much. Bye.